I was at the B&B buyback store in Arnprior a few weeks ago. I walked out with this in hand, and this is a lovely little guitar, and I know I looked through how many of them last year for the Elvis project, and I thought, at the time I felt like, oh, but they're all the same, they have no character. Well, a few weeks ago I walked into the B&B buyback store and I saw this hanging up, and I thought, that's perfect. It's perfect. Even has the old style headstock. And then so I asked what the price was, and he said $125, and I said, okay, well, I'll take it. Because one thing I do know is from looking at them so many last year, that price is good. Now this is used, and it's an ARIA ARAI, which ARIA was what did he call that acronym for Array, that was the last name of I'm not sure if that's how you pronounce it, but that was the last name of the guy who started the company. It started out as Array and Company or something like that, and then they changed it to ARIA. And then someone said, well, someone else was using the ARIA name, so they changed back to Array. So that might be why this has an ARIA label inside, and yet the headstock says Array. Now, when I was in town, cause my sister works at the library, so I came into town with her, and she has a short shift on Fridays, so it was just 9 to 12. So I walk into the library with this in my hand, and then I noticed that it said Array on the top and not ARIA. Like, I didn't check it over that carefully because I already have 3 guitars, and I had forgotten that I already have 3. I was thinking this is the 3rd. No, this is the 4th. My old guitar that I first started with, I don't play it anymore because it needs some repairs. And I might be working on that this year as a project. So I had forgotten. I'm like, I told the guy at the B&B buyback I never considered myself a guitar collector. I never thought I would be a guitar collector, and now I have 3 of them. And meanwhile, I actually have 4 of them. So when I got back to the library, though I did test the sound. It has lovely resonance, rich tone. Nice blend, easy to play. It's nylon strings, so I don't know if if the bottom ones are nylon. I know that they can come that way. It's sort of there's sort of like a combination. This is the first nylon string guitar I've owned, and it also is strung differently, which I've been doing a little research on the stringing. And the guy said, well, it needs new strings, but I took it home and I started playing on it. So it's very comfortable to play and easy to play and fun to play. And so I haven't changed the strings yet. So they might be sounding a little dull since I've played 500 rounds of Jingle Bells. But I love the tone, and it's so easy to play. Initially, when I noticed the Array at the top, and I was like, really, does someone really think people are they won't notice that it doesn't say ARIA? Like, I thought maybe it was a knockoff, but then I did some research and saw that no, they also used the Array name. So I did quite a bit of searching online and couldn't find one exactly like this, because a lot of them have the ARIA on the headstock, though I did find a few photos of guitars that have the Array on the headstock. Not many. But by the model number, this is supposed to be from the 70s. It's model number 780. And it says Japan. Now they're saying that some of them actually said made in Japan, and some of them just say Japan. And this one just says Japan. So whether though Construction Artistica de Guitarra Japan, sounds like maybe it is made in Japan. Anyway, it has a serial number in here, which I haven't searched for. Anyway, in very good condition. If this is from the 70s, this is like almost like new. It does have some wear, a little bit on the finish of the back and a little bit on the finish of the front from someone's pick, I assume. And more at the top here than the bottom though. And holds the tune very well. And I love the tone, and it's lots of fun to play. My F still isn't very good. There was a point when I was playing the F well, but and then this is a thick neck. It's a fairly thick neck. It's fairly comfortable, very comfortable to play, but the F is an issue again. But that's not unusual. So I'll have to work on that. I don't practice like I used to. I used to practice every day, play every day, and it would be nice if I can get playing more consistently, because then you can maintain. Otherwise, you kind of, in a way, like you're starting again each time, and it's hard to sustain. You have to keep practicing again to get back to that. Oh, what fun! Anyway, so yes, I mean, the original reason why I purchased the other guitar was I thought it had more character, and I still may use it as well. I think we'll use both for the Elvis project, and just do a couple of different takes, one with each guitar, and then see. So I haven't played a nylon string guitar before, a classical guitar, so this is a good addition to my guitar collection, and I enjoy playing it a lot, and it's very lightweight and great solid condition. Definitely this guitar would pass for something like that Elvis used, sort of out of like Love Me Tender, which was a historical setting. It gives that vibe. It's smaller than the Epiphone, and maybe it could, for a true historical guitar would probably be still even a little smaller. And they were playing some, I assume, antique instruments at Upper Canada Village when we went this summer, so that was really cool. But I'm not going to be buying probably not going to be buying an antique guitar at this stage for the cost of them, plus it's hard to get one that's playable. And when I do some work on my other guitar, I might feel a little more comfortable about ending up with one that I might need to do some work on. I wouldn't mind exploring that, but I don't think it's at this stage. At the moment I have 4 guitars, and that's enough, and this will pass. Regardless, I will use whichever guitar I like, so it's not going to be entirely historically accurate, but still close, and that's okay with me. So the main thing is each guitar brings us something a little different that I have. I'm not just collecting the same kind of guitars over and over, and when I saw this, I just thought it was perfect for the project. So even though I know last year I wasn't convinced by these, but it is quite a fine fit. It was a great price. It's a great guitar, fun to play, easy to play. These nylon strings are much easier, especially if you haven't played in a while. So I lots of benefits to this guitar, so, which is why I walked out of the store with it. Well, I didn't know about all of those benefits, but I was happy when I got home and picked it up, and no, it was a good buy. So the strings don't have as much bounce as they did have before I played Jingle Bells 500 times, so could be needing some changing, but I did a little research on the changing, and you want to change them one string at a time, so I'm just not going to rush into that at the moment while it's still holding its tune pretty well. Still pretty easy to play. Maybe it doesn't sound quite as bouncy and quite as rich as when I got it home, but still pretty lovely. A rose grows wild in the country, a tree grows tall as the sky, the wind blows wild in the country, and part of a wild country am I. Wild, like the dew and the doe, wild and free is this land that I love. A dream grows wild in the country, a love grows tall as the sky, a heart beats wild in the country, and hear with it, and hear the dream in my heart. Part of the wild, wild country am I. Part of the wild, wild country.